Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video, I'm going to take a look at Mind Blast Priest. And not just any Mind Blast Priest, but one of these more recent, newer, more face-going Mind Blast Priests, if that's at all possible, because Mind Blast by definition already goes face. Anyway, this is Meati's build. And compared to traditional Mind Blast Priest, this is more face-going, because it includes 2 copies of Life Drinker and 2 copies of Holy Fire. Holy Fire, at least in 1 copy, is nowadays very common, but this goes all the way to 2. And it also includes more cycle than most of the Mind Blast Priests, because it runs double Acolyte. There's no Shadow or Death in this particular build, so it has some weaknesses if you face a cube block that's able to drop Mountain Giant and Mountain Giant. That can be very painful, but on the other hand, this list is exceptionally good against Paladin. And with even Paladin being the most played deck on the ladder right now, it's very good to be able to beat those Paladins very consistently. The nerfs of course are coming soon, so even Paladin will soon no longer be an issue, so it remains to be seen what happens to this deck after those nerfs. The deck itself is obviously not getting hit by any nerfs, but it depends on what the meta is going to shape up to be. On the other hand, Warlock is also getting nerfed a little, so if Mountain Giants are not really a thing, then this can very well be an extremely good deck even after the nerfs. Like all Mind Blast Priests, ultimately you have a combo that you can set up to kill your opponent. If you get to Alexstrasza them down, and you're being Shadow Reaper Anduin, then Shadow Reaper Anduin hero powers and 2 Mind Blasts are able to deal 16 damage in a single turn, and Alexstrasza sets the opponent down to 15 health, so that's the deadlock you want to set them in. However, it doesn't all end there, because you have 2 copies of Shadow Visions in the deck as well. So if you can Shadow Visions into more Mind Blasts, if you can drop 3 Mind Blasts and 2 Anduin hero powers, that's 19 damage in a turn, or if you can drop the whopping 4 Mind Blasts and an Anduin hero power, that's 22 damage in a single turn. So the deck has a lot of burst. And because this is the more face-oriented version, going with that Alexstrasza is not nearly the only way to set the opponent's health level low enough to start going for that Mind Blast lethal. You have 2 copies of Holy Fire, hero power, Holy Fire, hero power, that's 9 damage to face as well. And then there's 2 copies of Life Drink that can also deal all that damage without having any minions on the board. Obviously, sometimes you're also able to push that minion damage, especially with Twilight Drakes, the Skulking Geist or the Primordial Drakes. But in general, you have enough damage from hand in this deck to beat just about anything. When you're facing aggressive decks, you obviously need to survive first in order to defeat them. And for that purpose, there's a bunch of ways to deal AoE damage. There's of course the Duskbreakers, the pretty staple nowadays. There's 2 copies of Wild Pyromancer, which combine especially well with Powered Shields, they combine well with Divine Hymns, they go extremely well with Acolytes of Pain, dealing damage to that and allowing you to draw more cards, or with Notchak Cleric, dealing damage to minions and then healing them up with the hero power or with the Divine Hymn. And there are also 2 copies of Psychic Scream, which gives you temporary reprieve. And you don't really care about fatigue and your opponent having a lot of cards in the deck because you have a proactive win condition. You are going to kill your opponent with the power of the Anduin hero power, the Mind Blast, the Holy Fires, the Life Drinkers. So it's fine if the opponent has a lot of cards in their deck, you don't care at all. Psychic Scream is also a great way to deal with any buffs, like say you have a Valanir buffed minion on the board, you Psychic Scream it away, Valanir goes away, poof. Or any kinds of level ups or Tarims or anything. Finally, there is one pure tech card in this deck, which is Harrison Jones. Weapon removal is good in the meta, and Harrison Jones also allows you to draw more cards. This deck really wants to draw those cards, because you don't care about fatigue, you're going to kill the opponent with all the damage you have. So how do you mulligan with this deck? The kind of basic mulligan, if you don't really know what to expect, is to keep Notchak Cleric. Notchak Cleric is a great 1-drop, there are very few 1-drops that can challenge it. To keep Acolyte of Pain and to keep Twilight Drake. This gives you card draw and some kind of threats. The rest depends more on the matchups. If you're facing an aggressive matchup, you really want to go for Pyromancer, Duskbreaker. Then you don't want to keep the Drake, you want to keep the Cleric still, the Acolyte still, but then Pyromancer, Duskbreaker are really the kinds of tools that help you survive the early game against aggressive decks. And if you already have a really good hand against an aggressive deck, then you might even consider keeping something like a Scream, so that you can clear up some boards early, and the Scream will help you clear up some boards a bit later as well. And if you're against any kind of slow deck, then you want to keep Shadow Reaper Anduin, because then generally you want to become Anduin as soon as possible and start pinging their face, start dealing that damage, start threatening to put them down to that 16 or 19, force them to use some healing, and then keep dealing more damage, threaten that lethal all the time. And if you're up against a Warlock, weapon removal is great, you want to get rid of that Skull. And Skulking Geist is great as well, you want to get rid of those Dark Pacts. So overall a very fun, this is a very effective deck as well, especially for farming Paladins. And that's basically what the gameplay part of this video is going to show. How to farm Paladins with Mind Blast Priest. If you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now, let's go farm some Paladins. More Paladins? Seriously? Okay. I'm on the coin. Do I keep the Scream? I guess I'll try to keep the Scream. Yeah, I beat 2 Paladins. Alright, let's roll.
We have turned our curse into our
And other even Paladin. Everyone plays even Paladin. Because why not? But I have the dreaded, the infamous, the powerful, the all-knowing Notch-Eye Cleric. From the World of Warcraft human starting area. It's absurd how good win rate Paladin has. I mean, this Paladin deck, it's even against Priest, and it simply destroys almost everything else. It loses to like even Shaman, which is why people are bringing even Shaman to tournaments now. But you can't even target even Paladin, because there are not enough decks in the entire game that can win it reliably. This turn could be sweeter, but we do what we can, and draw a card. And that's a good card. It works well with the Pyromancer. Just need to see how long I can drag this out. Oh, that probably dies because of 1 nerfs. Well, you can kill entire decks if you take away cards from them. That's not much of a surprise. The big question. I guess I have to kill this board, right? Do I want to do it with the Pyro? Pyro powered shield. I would still need to use the coin too, if I want to get rid of the Juggler. If I don't get rid of the Juggler, it's kind of useless. Or I could coin the Duskbreaker, but Duskbreaker is also good against Tarim. And that leaves my Pyromancer a bit stranded as well. I guess I just have to use the coin. Pyro coin powered shield. I could use the powered shield to save the Cleric. Now it's more important to hold on to the Pyro. It's more important to hold on to Pyromancer, because this is the scary stuff. He would like to play a Call to Arms. He has held that card in the Mulligan. But how do you play Call to Arms into a Pyro that has 2 health? You have to draw the Juggler first and it has to juggle perfectly. Call to Arms for 2 drop was just bonkers. Yeah, it's incredibly good. But now this presents him with a dilemma. I mean, he could have True Seal Champion, he could have Consecration, but he cannot play that Call to Arms, and this card is probably Call to Arms. He kept that in the Mulligan. What do you keep in the Mulligan? You keep Call to Arms in the Mulligan. It's turn 4. Can you imagine any card that an even Paladin would keep in the Mulligan that he would not have played by turn 4, other than Call to Arms? I guess I lack imagination. He really wants to play that Call to Arms, but he cannot, because he knows it's going to die. Yep, so he was forced to spend the Consecration. That's beautiful. And then I want to make life even more miserable for him. Let's drop the Acolyte. I could have played the Twilight Drake for more pressure, but I play this. Because now, if you play Call to Arms and you pull a Juggler, you again are in a spot where you don't want to be. He has a silence in hand. He was considering silencing that, and I think he has to. He can't go with the call to arms. It's too risky. So my life mission of making other people miserable is being fulfilled right now pretty well. I like this priest deck against paladins. I don't know if I like this against warlock, but we'll see. And there's the silence. He's making the right moves, but this has to hurt. Now there's a chance that he has Blessing of Kings in hand. That would be awkward, but it would not be disastrous. I can drop Twilight Drake here, trade away the 1/1. Blessing of Kings on this, it becomes an 8/7. I can kill it next turn anyway. I'm feeling you're the final boss for the Paladin. Yeah, well, I'm not giving any mercy. I blame Recruit Warrior. I lost a few games with that after I got Legend, so that's why I'm playing against these poor fellows who are still climbing towards Legend. And all of them are climbing with the even Paladin. And you can still progress. But I think actually he has made all the right moves. I think his play has been on point. His play has definitely been on point. I can't fault his play at all. I can usually fault everyone's play, but not his play. He's doing fine. This calls for a Dusky Boy. Yeah, this is face Dusk Break. Yeah, can't weave in an Acolyte, but we can't have it all. It was the call to arms that he kept in the Mulligan, by the way. Just as I said. I haven't seen any equalities yet, so that's a risk. I still chose to heal this over my face. I'm at 22, I feel relatively safe still. And I obviously needed to destroy the board. If things get too hectic, I can always scream. But he can also have Tarim, and he does primitive cards. It's a nice Tarim, by the way. It's a very nice Tarim. I don't have anything that could kill that Tarim. I could shuffle it back into his deck. I don't really gain much from doing that. I don't. I think this is probably a Life Drinker Acolyte turn. I don't want to shuffle yet. He can trade Tarim and he can kill this Acolyte with this. He could have some buffs. I get rid of them with the Scream. Yeah, I think I'm hitting these in just to play around some equality plays. Then I do the Life Drinker Acolyte. If I can get rid of Tarim before shuffling back, then I don't have to worry about that. It would be nice. But if he has some buffs now that he finally got something to stick, then that could be an issue. On the board, the logical play is to trade here and trade there. Is Life Drink just for extra reach? Yeah. This deck runs Life Drinkers and Holy Fires. It's a bit more aggressive. A bit more cycle heavy too. Hi, Mr. Cheshire Cat. 50 viewers. I have no idea. I don't check viewers while I stream. If I stream for one person or if I stream for 50 people, then it's still basically the same show. Yeah, it was reasonable not to trade here, especially with the True Silver. Oh, True Silver in my face too. Aggressive. That's aggressive. So I probably need to Scream. I want to trade into Tarim first. He has some Avenging Rats, because he's been holding on to a lot of cards. This can get tricky. But I have to Scream. He gets more Chain Gangs, so if he finds his Valandir. Yeah, we got two hosts even, from Dexter and from Veghus. Avenging Rat to face, True Silver to face, set up for Avenging Rat for next turn. There's some scary things that can happen here. What can I say? He has played well. He has played the deck well. I've tried to be as annoying as I can. We'll see if it works out. That's a nice move. So that's 8. That's 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. So if he has equality, Avenging Wrath is lethal. I don't want to scream yet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Yeah, I can Divine Hymn to deny the lethal. That I can do. Let's open up a Twilight Drake. Hasn't used any equalities yet. I can also Life Drinker to deny the lethal. Yeah, that's cool. Let's Life Drinker instead. So now, but he can still have lethal if he has Avenging Wrath equality. No, there's nothing with 2 mana that gives more damage. So there shouldn't be a lethal here. But with both equalities left, there are still risks involved. I can't Shadow Visions him on the same turn as I Scream. That can be a problem. Okay, no lethal is good. Double Blessing of Kings. Now there's a hymn. And I will have to Scream these. I can't leave these up. That's too much. And I could Scream and just heal my face. Go up to 9. I spent both Consecrations. That's pretty close stuff. I can at least kill one of the Chain Gangs. I think I want to give him a ton of Chain Gangs. It's fine. And we Scream the board away. I actually think I'm going to him now. Over Hero Power. Let's go to 13, it gives me a little bit more leeway. Not a whole lot, but a little at least. Oh dear, there's another weapon. Oh no, that's bad news. One more card left in his hand. I've spent all the Screams. There just isn't anything in the deck that can kill this board. Well, there's plenty in the deck that can kill this board, but nothing that I can get right now. I could grab Holy Fire, use that to kill Chain Gang. That puts me to 14, 15, 16, and he has 7. 7 plus 8. Oh, that's so scary too. Everything is scary. Life is scary. What can you do? I probably need to hymn. Yeah, I needed to Visions the Holy Fire. Because once I use Alex, if I top deck Duskbreaker, it doesn't clear anymore. He has not had a Blessing of Kings in hand. I think that has to be Equality or Avenging Wrath, right? There aren't any other cards in the deck that he would hold on to. So I need to pick up something like a Primordial Drake or Duskbreaker or something. Well.
Quickly. Reporting for duty.
Yeah, Hero Power is a no-brainer. But what else? He's probably holding on to the Choose the Champion charge. For potential healing after Alex. There's the card that he's been holding. My read was that it's Avenging Wrath. It is Avenging Wrath. That or Equality. That was the read. So I could Harrison set the True Silver Champion, heal myself, I go to 11. He would need Equality Avenging Wrath to kill me. He has 4 on board. And if I top deck the Duskbreaker, I'm fine. I can Alexstrasza myself. That's another option. Then I'm completely safe, but I'm a little bit lacking in the win condition department. I think it's Harrison. And heal. He's down to just one card. So unless he has exactly Equality and Avenging Wrath now, I should be okay. Actually, double Blessing of Kings could kill me, right? Yeah, that would kill me. Or Argent Commander Blessing of Kings. There are a few outs, but these are his last two top decks. What's the probability that they are significant enough? I don't think that probability is very high. He has stuff like Sylvan Recruits in the deck as an additional bonus. Alex would have been completely safe, but I'm trying to set it up so that I could still use Alex offensively. Hoping to anyway. But he's clearly calculating lethal here. So... or is he? Had one piece. I really would have appreciated a Duskbreaker or Primordial Drake, given that there are 3 of those overall in the deck. But it looks like I just have to Holy Fire this one. Trade with the Harrison, heal my face. I can still die to an Avenging Wrath top deck. What if I play Anduin? I go to 8. That's really scary. If I go to 10 and he has 6 on board, I'm dead to Argent Commander top deck. Oh man, this is not looking good. I need to play the Anduin. No, I must not play the Anduin. I'm dead to Blessing of Kings and Argent Commander. And maybe Avenging Wrath. But I just couldn't find... I mean, there are 3 AoE pieces still left in my deck. What can I do about that? Not much. Well, now I found one of them. He still has both equalities left. Well, this is a close one. This is a close one indeed. Let's try to Primordial Drake. This card could be an equality. That would be a reason not to use it yet. So I'm dead to Equality Avenging Wrath. I'm not dead to Equality Argent Commander. But I think this is probably an equality. And it is an equality. So my read was on point there. Oh, that Pyromancer is good. We Pyromancer. And Shadow Visions for Holy Fire. Play that Holy Fire. Play Anduin next turn. Or do I play Anduin this turn? I go to 11. I kill this one. He can't kill me from 11. Anduin this turn is worth it. Time to play the Anduin. I go to 11 and I can ping away the Twilight Drake. He cannot kill me with a single card. What if he top decks like Avenging Wrath and Argent Commander back to back? That can kill me. Maybe. Well, that's the Argent Commander part. He got that covered. Okay, then the only thing is the Avenging Wrath next. It's Pyromancer, Shadow Visions into Holy Fire to kill the Argent Commander. Alex yourself next turn. No, Alex is not, it's too soon. Too soon to Alex. This is Pyromancer. Do I need to Pyromancer? Can I just Shadow Visions for that Holy Fire? No, I need to Pyromancer. So we grab the Holy Fire. Then we play the Pyromancer. No, now I messed this up. Whoopsie. That was bad. Oh, I misthought that one. It's still fine like this. This still keeps the board. I wanted to find a way to keep the Pyromancer alive. I didn't want to really use the Mind Blast, but
Reporting for duty.
this one isn't too bad.
Reporting for duty.
This is fine now. This is all good now. Now this is all good. Don't worry. Don't you worry about the thing. Don't you worry about a thing, it's all good. Shadow Reaper won't longer kill the board against Questroke. Yes, Questroke will be very good counter to Priest. Now I can even afford to Alexstrasza myself.
Reporting for duty.
Not that I need to. But I could if I wanted to. But this is fine. Yeah. Okay. This time I don't have the coin. Pyromancer is more difficult to use. These fellows come down later. Do I mulligan everything for the Duskbreaker? I do. I can't keep the Psychic Scream without the coin and any other early game stuff. I have to find some good stuff here. Pyromancers, Duskbreakers. But the real problem is that I don't have the coin to do those nice Pyromancer things. I have a Dusky Boy. Then I need to top deck a dragon.
Reporting for duty.
And just throwing the... Ooh, that's a good one. Yay, this one we're playing immediately. I wish I had the last turn. Badata gifting us up to Kim Young Heel. Thank you so much, Badata, and welcome to the God, Kim Young Heel. Good to have you here. Why would he coin a hero power? That is all. Oh, it's for to kill the cleric next turn. Okay, that's actually pretty sweet. I like that. First I thought it was odd, then I thought it was actually great. I don't want the Duskbreaker now. Okay, with 2 Duskbreakers... He's not going to play Call to Arms if I don't do anything. He's going to go for some alternative route and save Call to Arms as a refill. I'm going to Duskbreaker now. I was originally planning to heal the Amani Berserker to turn it back into a 2-3 again. Does this mean that he doesn't have Call to Arms? What is that card if it's not Call to Arms? What is that card and why are you not playing it? I think I want to take that weapon away and grab a card. I mean, he could have Silver Sword and stuff, but what can I do about those if he has? He more likely has Valanier. I think we're going on the offensive here. It's time to drop another Dusky Boy and hit this Paladin in the face. Could be Valanier. I mean, yeah, he has Valanier in the deck, most likely. The way to deal with Valanier is not really to remove it from hand, it's to scream away the buffed minion. I want to push damage. How do I push as much damage as I can? And this one is over, of course, hitting face. But is it a Twilight Drake turn? Is it a Life Drinker turn? Life Drinker puts him down to 11. Which sets up for potential lethal even. Next turn I have 8 mana. He can always have equality. If he gets the Valanir buff, I think it's Twilight Drake turn. Because Drake is... If he doesn't have equality, he can't get rid of the Drake. Whereas otherwise, something like Avenging Wrath might even wipe the minions.
This curse has become our greatest strength.
Okay, this is looking very, very good now. So I have 9, but what I'm going to do is play Anduin. Because Anduin kills the Gen. And I still push 4 to the face. And he won't be able to recover from this. Yeah, that was a really, really bad turn from him. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. Boom. I'm keeping the scream when I have a Duskbreaker. It's an even Paladin. It's even Paladin number 5. I mean, eventually one of them is going to win a game. It is only a matter of time. And this fellow, look at that hand. He kept 3 cards. This is a fellow who knows how to play Paladin. He's only ranked 4k because he has played some meme decks. Now he's on his way back up. And he knows Paladin.
It's time for a little blood.
Just watch this. Because this is a fellow who knows his Paladin. Unless he coins Call to Arms now. If he coins Call to Arms now, then I'm going to say that he doesn't know his Paladin. No, he's going to coin Blessing of Kings. He does know his Paladin. I told you so. This is a fellow who knows his Paladin. 7 damage coming in from those. That's annoying. I have to go with Twilight Drake. Let's see. Is this enough? Might not be.
Mind if I roll knee?
Yeah, I can kill that. I can kill that. The downside is that I'm taking a lot of damage, because he knows his Paladin. And he's still holding on to that Call to Arms too. So it's Pyromancer, Powered Shield. Pyromancer, Powered Shield him isn't enough. Because it leaves him with the Berserker up. Yo boys, I want to see some known players, sarcastic. Well, I'm partially sarcastic, but partially I'm also being honest. Because, okay, the part about him knowing his Paladin is related to the fact that he's drawing very well. But he's also making all the right moves. He coined Blessing of Kings, which was absolutely the best possible move he could do on that turn. And I still think this is a Call to Arms. So he could have played Coin Call to Arms, which would have been terrible. But he didn't. Because he actually knows how to play. And that's what I was referring to. But yeah, I have to wipe this board with the Duskbreaker. As much as it hurts. Mid-range. Wait. Wait, what? I already played the Duskbreaker. Turn 4, 40 HP. Yeah, he had a good start. I told you he had good cards. I told you so. But here comes the wild, the powerful, the Pyromancer. And then it's time to hymn up. Here we go with Pyro. I'm back to 19 HP mid-range, don't worry. But that other Call to Arms. But he still needs to deal with the Pyro. It's not like that other Call to Arms is perfect either.
Reporting for duty.
So it's powered shield on the Pyromancer. And double trade, right? And heal the Pyro. I got visions for a hymn. If I can find a hymn... If I can find a hymn, that will be beautiful. I can't find a hymn. That's not so beautiful. So this one is going to die. Feels bad, man. I think this is it. I was so hoping I would get the hymn, but it was unlikely, of course. I was also considering playing another powered shield to get this to 3 health to play around Consecration, but I felt that that would be too weak. Be that as it may. Well, I have multiple options here. I don't have to kill the Silverhand Recruit just now. And I could simply Holify the Juggler. He still has a lot of cards in hand. What are those cards? I spent 1 Blessing of Kings so far. I have a Scream. What can I Shadow Visions for? Holifiers, Mind Blasts. Because I don't really want to play the Drake, in case I happen to top deck a Duskbreaker. I think I'll Holify the Juggler. I seriously think I do this. Blessing of Kings, 1 Blessing of Kings is gone. Okay, we got to see another one. But I can Holifier the Silverhand Recruit too, right? If I fail to pick up the Holifier... Let's see. I can't pick up a Holifier. Now that's awkward. That is actually awkward. I might need another Scream. Fine, I'll Scream those. He gets more Saronite Chain Gangs, but I get rid of the final Blessing of Kings at least. Not my favorite thing in the whole wide world. He had another Call to Arms already in hand. Ready and waiting. There's my Anduin. He still has another 4 cards in hand. And that 3 held on this one, it's so annoying. Do I just Scream again? I think I need to just Scream again. Yeah, I'm Screaming those fellows and I'm playing the Acolyte. Now Call to Arms are gone. So that means that all the Silverhand Recruits in his deck are actually slowing him down a little bit.
This curse has become our greatest strength.
Okay. Anduin answers again. It's Anduin time.
The light has betrayed me.
Alright. Going with Anduin and we start pinging him in the face. I'm at 23. There are 2 copies of Avenging Wrath remaining, but I have a Divine Hymn left.
Reporting for duty. Ungoro belongs to the Titan.
Tarim time. That's interesting. But I haven't seen any equality yet. That's awkward. So I can't get rid of the Tarim. But I can get rid of the 3/3. There's no more Blessing of Kings.
Is someone injured?
It's Cleric, Ping, Acolyte, Ping,
The shadows grow short.
and Powered Shield on the Acolyte. Alright. I have another Holifier left, I have a Divine Hymn. I have some means to heal. If he spends an equality on this board, that's pretty annoying for him, really. Equality Avenging Wrath, wouldn't expect anything less. But not his favorite board to spend an equality on. But the Acolyte of Pain and the Powered Shield kind of forced that equality. Which was really sweet for me. He has another equality left in the deck. What if he has that in hand too? Now I don't have any Holy Fires left. Actually I have only one spell left and it's Psychic Scream. That's a little bit awkward now. So I play Pyromancer and I have Visions for the Scream. To get some more defenses. While pinging him in the face. That's the plan. And we Visions the Scream. Ping him in the face again. I guess I'll hymn. So that I get to 20. I get to 20, he's at 22. So I have 16 with the Mind Blasts. I should be able to kill him over 2 turns here, right? And he can't kill me in that time, even with that Avenging Wrath. Because I have a Holy Fire coming. And all of his healing is in Drusilla Champions. He might have another Drusilla Champion, now he only gets to use that one. So if I his face, he goes down to 17. And I ping his face, he goes down to 15, and he can heal up. So I need to do... yeah. I need to ping him in the face. Holy Fire him in the face. And ping him in the face again. And now he cannot heal to above 16. And next turn I have 16 with the double Mind Blast. And he cannot kill me from 18 either. Because both Blessing of Kings are gone, both Avenging Wraths are gone. If he had hit with the Drusilla Champion last turn, I would not have been able to do this. Then I would have went for a slower play with Primordial Drake. But now I didn't have to. He already knows I have lethal because he saw that I only had one spell offered from the Shadow Visions. So both Mind Blasts had to be in hand. Or that had to be a Mind. Well, actually, it could have been a first Mind Blast. There could have been 2 Mind Blasts. He didn't know I had lethal. I'm taking this hand. Too bad I don't have a coin. I would love to have a coin with the Spyro. But this should give me a number of flexible ways to answer. It's an odd Paladin. I haven't seen one in so long. When have I seen an odd Paladin? Never. An odd Paladin, would you believe? He has a fledgling. No! That is actually scary. Stop scaring me. Fletching is always going face. This guy's ahead of the meta, yeah. And I mean, turn 3 Fletchling, and that was a turn 2 Fletchling. Coin Fletchling can win games. That's definitely possible.
Reporting for duty.
Impressive. Very impressive. I can't kill that even with the Duskbreaker. So I think I have to go with the Pyromancer and Powered Shield here. I need to draw some more cards. This one trades there. Do I also want to play Melchar Cleric on the board? 7 cards in hand. I'm not going to get anything from the Cleric in the near future. But it might be necessary. Let's play it. just to get some more board presence there. But that turn 2 fletching is pretty good. He has 30% every time it hits face to find Wind Fury. He obviously did it because if he found Wind Fury he would have used it. Now he's going to kill the... yeah, he's going to kill the Pyromancer. And next turn he could level up. And I can't let him level up. But I also can't kill the fledgling. Some problems. Can I let him level up? My relevant option is the Duskbreaker. That fledgling is just so powerful. There's nothing I can find. I think I just have to double trade and Duskbreaker. But the fledgling lives. Fledgling lives, but now it's the only minion on the board. And the Champion's Maul cannot kill the Duskbreaker. But if he finds that Wind Fury, then, well, turn 2 fledgling, he's pretty close to killing me. What can you do? Now I can Holy Fire it. But next, if he has level up, then he's just going to win. Oh, and that's so good. Now he's almost guaranteed to have level up. I think he wins. And that one with the Divine Shield too. So I'm going to have to Holy Fire the fledgling now. And hit away the Divine Shield. But I found another Duskbreaker, so if he levels up I can still Duskbreaker them away. With that Tide Hydra? That's actually not half bad against what I have here. But I don't have a lot of good stuff. I need to scream the Hydra. I can't deal with it. Because if he goes for level up, I can deal with level up. I can deal with Fungal Man support too. This is still fine. So I can do Duskbreaker. But I can do Life Drinker. Alright. We are turning this one around. He wants to Vine Cleaver me. I want to Primordial Drake him. Or do I just want to Harrison the Vine Cleaver? He hasn't had the level up yet. But I don't have any more Duskbreakers. So I can't deal with level up. It has to be the Harrison, right? It has to be the Harrison. Ooh, a Pyromancer. That's beautiful. That's what I like to see. And we Shadow Visions for Mind Blast, right? I think I'll trade. Protect the Pyromancer. There can still be some stuff and level up coming, but... and more Fungal Mancers and all sorts of stuff like that. There's the level up, but that's a pretty weak level up now. I like it when they're weak. I don't have a way to kill him right now, do I? If I can get Mind Blast from Shadow Visions, I can kill him this turn. Actually, I have lethal here. Right, that's 15. Yeah, that's lethal. Beautiful. Beautiful, I say. This is simply beautiful. We Mind Blast and we Mind Blast again. And then we Mind Blast some more. Because that's what we do. That's why I call this deck Mind Blast Priest. Because that's what this deck does. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.